And hi, we're recording again, and I think we've got this figured out. How exciting is that? Again, thank you for attending our Facebook engagement strategy. And I'm going to go ahead and start with our PowerPoint. Bridget, can you see that?
I can.
Excellent. Oh my God, we had a breakthrough. I'm so happy. We're having fun. This is like live television, right? Okay, so we're going to be talking about a very powerful Facebook strategy, engagement strategy. And I'm going to give you the 360-degree view. And but before we do that, let me tell you a little bit about myself for those that may not know me that well, or anyone new that might see this webinar. I have 30 plus years as a network marketing professional or veteran. I'm fairly social media savvy, but when I say that, I always say I'm an eternal student of social media. But I have thrown myself into it very strongly over the last 7 years. And I have my blog, I've done a lot of video marketing, a lot of work on Facebook, now working a lot on LinkedIn, a little bit on Instagram and Pinterest and YouTube. So, I've been around the block a little bit, but by no means do I consider myself anything more than as an eternal student, but probably more experienced than many. I really believe in heart-centered marketing, which what that means to me is relationships first, business second. And I created a branding for myself about a year and a half ago, and I'm called the Holistic Entrepreneur Online. If you go to Faith Bernard Holistic Entrepreneur on Facebook, you can check out my Facebook business page. Uh, really came up with that because I've always felt that my personal life, recreation, spirituality, and vision and business were all wrapped into one. So hence holistic. So I want to just forewarn you all right from the very get-go. Don't freak out. There's a lot of information here. Wish I had a better picture of that, gentlemen, but I just want to let you know that it's okay if you're, just getting involved with a strategy or you're looking at this for the first time or the second time. Don't worry about trying to figure it all out all at once. It's baby steps, step by step. But we just wanted to forewarn you. Don't freak out. And
Hey,
again,
Faith, it's
yes.
Bridget. Can I just interrupt for just a second? We're still on screen one.
Okay, so it's not showing me changing screens, and I am changing the screens. So let's go back. Okay, so I'm on Facebook engagement, and now do you see me changing the screen?
No.
Wow, I wonder why that would happen. Let me escape here.
Here we go.
Okay, so it
Now
seems
we're on
like when
back.
I bring it full screen, it's not showing. Okay, so that's odd. Well, there you go. And then I showed this one. So I may
Huh,
not be able to do it full screen, guys. Are you okay
that's
with that?
okay. We can see it really well.
Okay, excellent. We'll just go it that way. So don't freak out. Thank you, Bridget. I'm so
You
glad I
don't
have
freak
you
out
live.
either.
What was that again?
I said, and you don't freak out either. It's
No,
all
that's
good.
right. So keep calm and don't freak out. Okay, so you can see that slide, right?
Yes.
Double checking. Okay. So we really want to tell you at the very beginning of this to make a commitment to yourself and to your business. I mean, after all, this is your business. And if you choose to embrace our Facebook strategy, you want to commit a year minimum. But really, if you're really serious, you want to commit 3 years. And you want to study it and you want to execute it and you want to duplicate it with your team members. So become a good student, apply what you learn, and then teach it to someone else. And also share the tools and the training that we have. So really make that commitment. So thanks to some coaching from Shelly Grimes, and I don't know if she's on tonight, and also Bridget. We're going to talk about what we're going to discuss. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to say in this presentation, And then at the very end, we'll review what we just covered. And the good thing is that this is being recorded. So if you, feel like you're feeling a little left out or a little confused, no worries. You can watch the recording. And we'll do future recordings of the same material, and we'll get better at it as we go along. So it's a learning opportunity for me as well. So what we will discuss is this brilliant engagement strategy, and we'll talk a little bit about the backstory. Upgrading the branding of Alive to Thrive Now. We'll talk about that and what branding is. We're also going to talk about Facebook groups and how they function. And next slide. We are setting up, and we'll also talk about setting up your Facebook page for success with this strategy, branding yourself and our team Alive to Thrive Now, and the importance of not mentioning Isagenix by name, and we'll talk about why. And we will also talk about our posting strategy, which is really key. We'll also talk about three-way messaging that leads to a three-way call. And I want you to know that Mary and Bridget are going to cover that section. We're going to talk about then driving traffic to those posts, best practices for doing that, staying out of Facebook jail. Did you even know there was a Facebook jail? And Facebook events and how powerful they are. We're also going to talk about getting your new members to an Isagenix live event, the power of events. On the next webinar, we will actually be going over how to expand your network on Facebook and creating Facebook lists, so that you can look forward to that next webinar next week, next Thursday. So let's talk about this brilliant strategy and a little bit about the backstory. A few months ago, there was an interview with Ron Reed, who interviewed Jennifer Corliss Trickner. Now, Jennifer's had amazing experience with Isagenix. She, I believe, is Miss Universe Bikini, something of that nature, and she was relatively new to Facebook, but she had some people around her, and they put together this amazing system that you're going to be learning about tonight. And she ended up, when she first started in Isagenix, she was a product user. She went to an Isagenix university and decided that she wanted to build this business. Hence, hint, hint, success leaves clues. Get your people to events. But so Jennifer's whole life changed, and she really started embracing this, and she started learning how to use Facebook to build a culture and create a duplicatable system. And as a result, she had 6 rank advancements in 1 year. That's impressive in anyone's book. Now, as fate would have it, Bridget, Mary, and myself had been discussing something like this, and then we all heard the interview with Ron Reed and Jennifer, and Mary kept saying, we've got to do this, we've got to do this. I know this works. And then a week later, I get this message from Bonnie Richards, who says, we found the keys to the kingdom. And she shared with me how Brenda Hartman went to a special event and met Casey Plow, who was, by the way, personally sponsored by Jennifer Trickner. Interesting, huh? And even, Brenda had also heard the interview with Ron Reed and Jennifer and really knew she wanted to learn all about it and embrace it in her business. And hence, she attracted meeting Casey. And Casey, being very generous, shared the whole video training series that they had in the back office of their team website with Brenda and with our team. And we're very grateful to her for that. And as a result, we launched into this strategy. So the first thing I want to talk about before we get into the particulars of the strategy itself is how we upgraded the branding of our team presentation site. And that site, again, as you know, many of you know, but if you're new, you might not, is called alivetothrivenow.com. And it got an upgrade, and I'm really proud of this upgrade. It was a collaboration between Bonnie, Larry, myself, and a lot of other people. So we're very, very grateful that we were able to do that. And we also want to really encourage you to, if you have not done so, to register at Alive to Thrive Now. You want to click on the team tab and register and click on the confirmation link in your email. This is for anyone that hasn't done that yet. You want to make sure you do your homework before jumping into this strategy. So once you've confirmed and you've registered, you want to go back to the website, alive2thrivenow.com. Click on the team tab, which you'll find in the upper right. Click on social media, then click on Facebook training, and you want to review all the videos several times. Okay, so that's your homework assignment if you haven't done so already. And even if you've reviewed them one time, review them again. Repetition is the mother of invention. Part of this strategy now we're going to get into the different pieces of the puzzle for this Facebook engagement strategy. Jennifer went into some detail in the Ron Reed interview, and we learned more about this through Casey, that they use Facebook groups as containers as part of a marketing funnel, if you will, or a process that people sort of find themselves. We use these containers to put people into, hopefully I'm saying this correctly, but let's talk about what these groups are. Alive to Thrive Now is our welcome group, and it really serves two functions. The first function is it's a welcome group. It's like a virtual launch party. So it's a virtual launch party, and it provides social proof and lots of validation that what we have works, that our program transforms people's lives. So when people are added to this group, they're either being added because they've joined Isagenix and they're ready to get started, or they might be saying, well, I'm very interested, but I'm not quite ready to join yet. But you might say to your friend Mary Sue, John, would it be okay if I add you to Alive to Thrive Now? And you can just be a fly on the wall and just get a feel for our culture. So that's another way this group can function. And in that way, it functions like a virtual launch party, providing lots of social proof. The second group is when they get started with one of our programs. Then you want to add that individual into Alive to Thrive product support. And then we have Alive to Thrive business for people who raise their hand about the business opportunity. So here you see it. We have Alive to Thrive Now. So this is what the banner looks like in there. And we have Alive to Thrive product support. It's a little bit different look. And the third group, for those that are interested in pursuing the business opportunity, Alive to Thrive business. Now, just for a moment here, I want to go over to the browser. And Bridget, I'm going to check in with you. Can you see my Facebook page?
I still see the.
Oh, okay.
No.
So it's requiring me to work with it differently in Chrome. So let me go back. Do you see it now?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so different browsers work differently, learning something new every day. Okay, so let me go over to the actual group. I'm going to just go ahead and minimize these chat threads for the moment. And I just wanted to show you the social proof. There's just so many great stories. Here's Mark doing a selfie. I love it. Now here's the story, right? Now, if you were brand new and added to this group, Bridget, do you think this would have some impact on you?
Yes, ma'am.
In many ways, right?
In
In many ways. All right. And then here's one. Working hard for something you don't care about is called stress. Working hard for something we love is called passion. So again, you're seeing it's about inspiration. It's about stories. It's about tips. It's about just all of it. Look at these. These are amazing. So this is the power of Alive to Thrive Now welcome group. We won't belabor the point, but I wanted to show you that. Okay, so now we're going to go back. Let me just get over here. And I have to do my special thing that I have to do with this browser, which is definitely different than my Firefox. Let me go out of this to the keynote. Okay, excellent. So let's see here. Let me move up. All right, so now that you see the three groups, and I think you can pretty much tell how they function. Okay, so setting up your Facebook page. Okay, this is really key that you set your Facebook page up for success. for this strategy. You want to make your page available to the public, allow anyone to follow your page, and we're going to show you that. So I've got to switch things around again, so give me just a moment. We're going to go back to Chrome here. Ah, excellent. It does it for me. I love it. Okay, so now I'm going to go over to my Facebook page. And Bridget, just checking, can you see it okay?
Yes.
Excellent. We're getting this down. Yay. Okay, so this is my profile page. And here you see this would be my home page or the news feed. And over here, friend requests, private messages, alerts. And right over here, it's probably hard to see in the screen, but there's a little padlock. And I'm going to click that padlock. And I'm going to click on the drop down and it says see more settings. Okay, so we're going to let that come up. Okay, so in this, and Bridget, you can see this page now, right? Privacy settings and tools.
Yep.
Oh, excellent. Who can see my stuff? Friends. Well, and then who can contact me? Everyone. And who can look me up? Now, actually, it should say, let me click this edit for a second. It says friends, and it really should say public, and it said public last time. So let me hit close there. All right. So we want this set to public and everyone be able to follow you or contact you rather. And who can look you up? Everyone. Who can look you up using the phone number you provided. So only provide like a Google Voice number or a number that you don't mind being out in the public. This is you're using Facebook to market your business. So you have to allow people to see you and you have to allow people to reach out to you. There's also another area called followers that we can click on. And we want everyone to be able to follow you. So be sure that's set to everyone. So those are the main two things that I want to go into settings. Let me go back now to the keynote. Awesome. It's switching it for me. I love it. Yay. Okay, so now you know how to set up your page for success. We want to talk a little bit about branding. What does that mean? It's sort of, think of branding as your persona online. It should be authentic. It should be real, but you're also going to put your best foot forward. So you really want to think about your branding. Again, you can do this strategy without having developed your own personal brand, or you have a brand whether you know it or not, but you might want to develop it further is the only thing I'm saying. But you can start right away working the strategy without having to think too hard about that. But if you do decide you want to just give yourself more of a brand, think about what you love and think about what you're good at and do a little exercise. Write all those things down over a course of a week and start focusing on what you're good at and what you love and have that be part of what you put out there. You're probably already doing it. I mean, you're going to post things that you care about, but you want to keep it positive and you want to keep it constructive. So that's the one thing I would say on that. We also want to brand our team. So in the case of our team, it's Pound Alive to Thrive Now. So when we start talking about posting strategy, and we'll talk about something called Power Posts, we're going to go ahead and hit Pound Alive to Thrive Now. We're going to put that after the post, and I'll show you some examples of that in a few minutes. And my own personal branding, hence Holistic Entrepreneur, would be the same thing, Pound Holistic Entrepreneur. So again, just a little bit on the branding piece. Okay, we do not want to mention Isagenix by name. You might think, wow, we're so excited about Isagenix and so proud of our company. Why wouldn't we want to mention it? Well, unfortunately, if you start promoting the name of the company, people tend to buy from people they know, like, and trust first. So they really want to know you before they know the company. And they may prejudge. Maybe someone had something to say about Isagenix that maybe wasn't true, and they prejudged because they didn't know. We don't want them to do a Google search because we want them, We want people that learn about that you pique interest with your posting, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. We want them to come back to you to get more information. You're going to be so much more attractive by creating a little curiosity, by creating intrigue. Okay, so a little intrigue, a little curiosity is going to go a long, long way. So a lot of people ask, well, how should I post or how much should I post? Well, recommendations, and Casey mentioned this in her webinar, three to five times daily. The best posting times are from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., noon, obviously people taking their lunch break, and 9 p.m. up to 11 p.m., your time zone. However, there really is no bad time to post. So don't worry if you can't post at those times. It's more important to be consistent and post every day rather than getting overly concerned about when you're posting. But those are just, again, guidelines. So what does a power post look like? This is an example of one. And by the way, this is being recorded, and I'm sure we'll be recording another version of it just to get it a little smoother because we had technical challenges at the beginning. However, that being said, if you want, when I watch webinars, I like to do screenshots. And if you've never done one before, Google it because it works a little differently on a PC versus a Macintosh or an Apple computer. But what I do is I just do the key Command Shift 4, and I can screenshot anything I want. So if you want to do a screenshot on any of these slides that I'm showing, feel free to do that. But again, also feel free to watch the recorded version of it. So before I found this system, I was tired, not sleeping well, and I had picked up some extra pounds, and I'd had enough. After watching tons of my friends get results, I finally decided to get started on an amazing food nutritional cleansing system. And I can't believe what happened. I just want to really emphasize the word food. I think that was a very powerful word to use in this phrase because it lets people know that we're not starving ourselves. The rest of this post says, I have only been on this system for 9 days and I've already released 10 pounds, 28 inches. I've tried so many things before this and I'm so grateful to my friend / mentor for introducing it to me. It's super simple to follow and everything tastes amazing. Finally, a solution that works. Now, here's something that Casey mentioned on the webinar that you'll see in the back office of Alive to Thrive Now, is that she says, when you do a post like this, don't say afterwards, if you're curious, private message me or PM me. You don't really need to. If people are truly interested, they are going to reach out to you. So that's just a little tip on that. That's an example of a post that someone brand new might do. And you can customize it to yourself. Okay, so there's a guy named, he's a consultant. His name is Kurt Molly, and he worked with Alexis Romano and a lot of other leaders in Isagenix. And I actually went through his training program, went through 14 webinars, but he teaches something called 12-4-1. Don't get too overly concerned with those numbers. We're just going to give you some general guidelines. You could be posting, if you're posting 3 to 5 times a day, you're going to do a lot more than 20 posts a week, okay? But the bulk of your posts should be content rich and offer value to your followers. It could be covering personal development, entertainment, fun, exercise, sports, education, health, of course, anything related to health, organic food, an array of topics, anything that you're like, if you like to bike, you like to swim, whatever it is that you're into, share that kind of content. But the 4 posts, this is really what I want to focus on. The 4 power posts a week should be, you can have 2 posts that are indirectly, or really 4 posts that are indirectly related to Isagenix. Again, never saying Isagenix, but you could have 2 that focus more on, like, say, lifestyle benefits, and 2 that focus more on, say, nutritional cleansing. And 1 could be more specific. That's where the 1 comes from. It could be like your before and after picture in your story. That would be a much more specific without saying isogenics. So again, these are just guidelines, guys. Don't get hung up on numbers. Just use common sense. There are different strategies for posting as far as having certain days of the week that you post certain kinds of posts. So here's just an idea. Pick days of the week for power posts. You could have motivational Mondays, wellness Wednesdays, gratitude Thursdays, and fun freedom Fridays. And you can make up your own names. So again, you don't have to stick with these names, but find something, because the power of doing this is as you are consistent and every Monday you have motivational stuff and you call it motivational Mondays, your followers and your friends on Facebook are going to look forward to those days. If they know on Wednesdays you're covering wellness type posts, they're going to look forward to that. It's like your own newspaper, if you will, and you're creating this wonderful process that people can start to follow and depend on. These are screenshots. They're not that well done, to be honest, but these are screenshots that I did when Alexis Romano did a training at the New Year kickoff in January. And so again, she's just showing 10 posts here, not at all related to Isagenix, 4 somewhat related, 1 power post, which is much more directly related. Again, not saying the name Isagenix, of course. My husband had created a flyer to help promote the IsaBody challenge. Again, not saying IsaBody, but just giving that curiosity. And it's called Spring into Health. And in here it says, enter our contest to transform your body and your life, win cash prizes, and all expense paid cruise, over 46 winners. All who complete the contest win free products. This is something you might want to post once a month, and again, you can use it. It's completely generic. But again, that would be a great, way to create curiosity and people reaching out to you. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly because again, you have the opportunity to watch the recording of this, but we have inspirational posts by Alexis here. And we have funny. You always want to do funny. I love it because she's Italian. She says, I'm not yelling. I'm just talking loud enough so you'll listen. So just things like that. Other social posts. Lifestyle, of course, is always key. Before and after pictures always work. And also team pictures, culture. This is culture. So she's showing, I love this. We just might need a bigger room next training. So I love that. Branding, again, health oriented. I love this picture showing the lady on top, who's working out with that guy. So, and then we have a picture, a post by Lara Jansen, and I wanted to show that. I thought that was really great before and after picture. Here's a business related one with the 7 habits of highly effective people. Another before and after. This is one that Casey did that I loved. She's showing, celebrating with one of her distributors who just retired from her job thanks to Isagenix. So she, again, does not say Isagenix, but she shows herself going out, celebrating with her friend and her business partner, and there's a limo to pick them up for the evening. So again, these are fun things that get people's attention. And then here you see Casey working in her office on the beach. How fun is that? And I love this one. It's so much fun. You can tell they're having a good time. See, people are attracted to people having fun, making a difference, and they're having a good time. This is another team picture. We've got personal development here. I love this one. Another day at the office, just doing our quality check. We pass with flying colors. Okay, so that's really cute. And then here's one where Casey's with her mentor, Jeffrey Coombs. This is a good thing to do whenever you're at an event or a seminar, a retreat, and you're with someone that's really helping you grow personally. Get your picture taken with them and then share that on your Facebook page. Okay, so I'm so excited. I'm going to get to introduce. I have to do a little bit of work here. Let me just go back over this and make sure we unmute. Let's see, Mary. So I have to go over to that. So here's Mary, and we're going to unmute you, Mary. so you can speak. So we're going to go ahead and, you know what? We didn't practice me giving over my desktop to you. So rather than do it on this webinar, I will go ahead and click. You just tell me when to click on the slide, and I'll do that on your behalf. So all yours, Mary and Bridget. They're going to talk about three-way messaging that leads to a three-way call.
Let's start with Mary.
Thanks, Faith. Hi, everyone. I feel like I hit pay dirt with this Facebook strategy. It's as easy as picking low-lying fruit off the tree. I'd like to start off with my stats for what I've been doing with this strategy post. So in the Healthy Solutions to Feeling Good Again event, I did not prejudge, even though I found myself doing it. I had to kick myself to get out of it. But I ended up inviting like 200 people, I think, to that event. 14 people joined, 4 maybe will join, and 14 are in various stages of follow-up and are actively communicating with me through private messaging. When someone joins or maybe joins the event group, I don't message them right away. I give them 3 or 4 days to experience what's going on in the group. Then I will follow up with a private message, going right into seeing if they're open to taking a look, and if they are, then I go right into the Facebook strategy scripts. So where am I posting? I am posting in groups and pages. Now, when you get to these groups and pages, you have to look at their policies to make sure that you're not breaching any of their policies. Some don't like for you to advertise, some don't want before and after pictures. So you just have to look at the groups that you're planning on posting prior to you posting them in them. So I posted twice on 2 different days on 2 different groups. I, in total, received 25 requested for information. I've got 1 enrolled and 24 in various stages of follow-up. Now, in these groups and these pages, people are being hammered daily with sales ads. In the groups, they are set up to sell, trade, or buy, or the sales groups where you have like a zillion networkers selling their goods. So you got to go about it a little differently than just plastering your link and promoting your business outright. So what I do is I find a most compelling before and after picture with a sentence with 4 or 5 words. Something like, what can you do in 90 days? I've had 27 people total who have requested information just off of a post like that. Now, when we go into the pages, I will look through posts and read comments. And when I get an intuitive hit, I like that person's comment and then reply a comment to them about nutritional cleansing. Some examples of what I may post on a page. It depends, of course, on what I'm looking at, the conversation. But what has got me a lot of action is just simply saying, I've been doing nutritional cleansing for 10 years, and I lost 50 pounds in 2 months. I have no hanging skin. Well, I was commenting on someone's remark about when you lose too fast, your skin tends to hang. And as we all know, in Isagenix, that's not true. An example of what I may say in what I may post in a group, again, would be the before and after picture has to be compelling, in my opinion. It has to be, no words are needed to explain the situation. And so something I do would be, what can you do in 90 days? Or, are you sick and tired of sticky toxic fat that you can't lose? So those are just a couple of examples of what I may post in a group or what I may say in a page, on a page in a comment. My first message, when somebody requests more information, if it's just they posted a comment requesting information, or if they've actually inboxed me requesting information, my first message is to find out what they're wanting. What are they looking for? I'll share a little bit about my success using the system, and I follow up with a 3-way Facebook strategy script verbatim. It's easy as cut and paste, keeping in mind that you do need to customize the script for the person that's in front of you. One last thought before I turn it over to Bridget is everyone that I present to is added to the Alive to Thrive Now group as a fly on the wall. I always ask their permission first, and with their approval, I will add them to the group. And I'm telling you guys, it moves mountains for people to enroll right now instead of later. I am done, Bridget. It's all on you.
Wow, okay. Could we just go back to that screen where we were? That was good, Mary. Thanks a lot. Mary has become the absolute mistress of magic and moving mountains, bringing people forward. It's just phenomenal, the kind of interest that she's piquing. And again, don't freak out that you don't really get this. It will become very clear to you if you go back and do the training that is available to you at Alive to Thrive Now in the team area. Just go back there and soak it up, because it's there for you to learn. The text that I'm going to be talking about now is actually, there is a PDF there that gives the general information, but I wanted to put it in a document form so that people could copy and paste off of it, which I finally finished creating today. And Larry is going to be putting also in the team area, so that you can have that document up. If you can split your screen, you can have the document up at the same time that you have your Facebook messaging up, and you just are going to be able to copy the text verbatim practically from the document right into the messaging. So what is three-way messaging? Well, Mary, in what she's doing, is having a conversation with someone in a group who's raised their hand and saying, okay, that looks interesting, what is it? So Mary then moves them from a conversation that she's having. They say, what is it? In their post, maybe. And her answer to them is something like, it's amazing, Jennifer. I'll send you a private message with more information. And then in that private message, she sends, her response is going to be in the comment of whatever it is that she's in right now. Then she's going to go to a private message with that same person and telling them how awesome it is and that it's a cleansing protocol, and just kind of generally what we're going to see right here. This walks you exactly through it. And we role played with one of our team members, Joel. And the reason that we do this role playing is for people to get it in their DNA of how really simple this is and how it moves you forward. So in this one, for example, Joel said, hey, Mary, I saw your post. I like what you're doing. And this would be something that he would say right on the Facebook page that she's working off of. And then Mary was having trouble with her computer, so then she came back and she said it's awesome, and then she said in a private message that it's awesome that you want more information. These words are verbatim what she just took a copy off of the document that I'm talking about, plugged in the word Joel where it says prospect on the document, and pasted it into her Facebook chat thread that she has with Joel. And she says, what are you looking for? He says, I want to lose 15 pounds. And then she says, I'd love to share it with you. I've seen many people achieve what you're looking for. Let's start a three-way message thread. I'd like to introduce you to the expert. She forgot to put my name, Bridget, there in this thing, but she would put the expert's name there in parentheses. And she's the expert, not me. You'll get the best information talking to the best person. And so she asked him when he could have time to do that. He says, I probably have time tomorrow. And then he asked the question, how much does it cost? Well, you're going to get little questions like that. I've covered that in the document too, what kind of simple responses that you're going to put in there. Cut and paste that. It's the video will show you that there's several options to choose from. Doesn't say that right in front of you, but we won't know which one fits you best until we chat. We can cover all your questions then. So I've given you that even to plug in if he asks, how much does it cost? So Mary says, what time works for you? We get that all clear. He says, 8 o'clock works for me. Okay, Joel, I'll meet you back here at 8. So the only thing that she's having to plug in is the day and the time. Everything else is already there in the document. And Joel says, okay. Next screen. So here in our three-way thread now, she says, thanks for meeting me here, Joel. And so she's doing an introduction. It's kind of a handshake from Joel, then introducing me as the expert, introducing Joel to me, and then telling a little tiny bit about my story. That's a piece that you'll need to obviously tweak for your own situation. And then I just come on as the expert. Hi, Joel. Again, cutting and pasting exactly these words. And then Joel says, sounds good. Next screen. I'm a very visual person. I know everybody is too. Do you have 10 minutes to look at a video? Yep, have time right now. Again, cutting and pasting. Perfect. The professional videos tell the story better than I can. Let's talk afterward. A key element here is to get their phone number before you give them the link. That way you do have a way to follow up other than just on Facebook. So just kind of asking outright, these words cause them to give you their phone number magically. What's your best number? So Joel gives the number. Then I plug in this whole bit right here. Tells a little bit about our team website, tells a little about focusing on weight loss, but there are lots of other things. Take a look around. Go ahead now and go to the link. It should take you about 10 minutes. Maybe we'll call you back in 20 minutes, say at 10 o'clock. Then you get a confirmation for that. And then you say, enjoy. We'll call you back at 10 o'clock. I'm looking forward to it. And honest to God, you guys, it's that simple. Then you just call them back and you follow your normal three-way call process. Three-way call process that we should all be familiar with now. Maybe if you're not, that's for another time. But can you see how simple that is? It is really a true plug-and-play process. And that's all I have to share for you. I encourage you all to just get excited about this. It's working magically. I can't even begin to tell you how many people Mary has brought in just over the last week. And we get absolutely giddy when we go through the process. People jump on. It's so fun. And
It's a blast.
Yep, it's a blast. We've never had so much fun. Both of us have had 10 plus years with this company, and with varying degrees of success. And this has just been the funnest thing ever. And that's all I've got to say about that.
And Bridget and Mary, where do you think your businesses are going to be, like, say, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, using the system?
Yeah, absolutely. Our goal is to go to the south of France. So
Yeah, buddy.
that's the answer.
French
That's the
That's what I'm talking about.
And you know, the last thing I want to just say is you've been doing role playing with your team members. Tell us a little bit about how they're responding to it and how your feelings about how easy and duplicatable this is.
Yeah, I think maybe the people on this call or webinar might feel the same way they did, that it seems like an awful lot and that it's overwhelming. But once we do the role play and they get the sense of how it plays out and how easy it is to do, then they're willing to try it and have success. The key now is to get them to know what Mary knows about the, I don't know, for lack of a better word, I'm just going to say trolling, but that's not a good word, trolling on different websites.
Networking. How about networking?
Networking is the word.
That sounds so much better.
Kind of my mind. Yeah.
I think we did that in college, didn't we? Wasn't that a college thing?
Negative connotation, isn't it? I'm sorry. But
I'd
yeah.
like to add something, if I may.
Yes, please, Mary.
So through this Facebook strategy protocol that we've been doing, 3 years ago, I approached a lady named Petra who told me no for the business, and I just dripped on her and didn't really approach her again, but she's liking my posts and things. And so when this Facebook strategy started, she was one of the very first people who wanted more information. So I sent her the scripted phrase, and she came back saying she wanted to lose 30 pounds. She'd already lost 80 on her own, and these 30 sticky pounds she couldn't get rid of. So Bridget and I put her through the Facebook strategy 3-way messaging. She told us, okay, I want to get started. I'm very excited, but I can't get started till the end of the month. So we put her into the Alive to Thrive Now group, and it blew her mind. She called me the same day saying, okay, I'm not waiting until the end of the month. I want to sign up on Monday. So Monday she signs up. She doesn't even get her program and received her program yet. 2 days after she enrolled, she makes a strategy post because I had been grooming her. She's saying this might be the first network marketing company I've ever met that I'm really intrigued about. She went ahead. I just told her a little bit about the Facebook strategy. I told her where to find the training. She apparently went there because before I know it, she posted a power post for the strategy, and I shared it in the links. She ended up getting 9 people who requested more information, and Bridget and I have been busy. We've been busy doing 3-way messages with her and these people. She's 9 with 1 post.
Yeah, and she's already enrolled. Is it 4 of them? It's just crazy.
She's yeah, something like that. It's hard to keep up with her because she's all over the place wanting, 3-way messaging, which is great. But we role play with them. We have them go through training first, then we role play with them before we add them to the threads, the support threads and the support threads. They have to go through training, the Facebook training, and then they have to do role playing with us before I add them to the thread. So anybody I put in the thread is trained.
Excellent. And I know we added a lot of people initially because we needed that momentum, but then expecting everyone will do their homework. But I just want to say you guys are awesome. I love what you're doing together as a team, using the 3-way messaging, role playing, networking in groups. Mary and Bridget, would you be willing to join me next Wednesday when I cover marketing and actually show a little bit about what you're doing in groups?
Sure.
Okay, we'll talk about that more, but for the sake of time, I probably should keep moving forward here, but I want to thank you both so much. You guys are a blast, and I am just super psyched about the results that you're having and that other people are having on the team. So let's talk more about those wonderful chat threads that Bridget and Mary are alluding to, right? We're going to talk about driving traffic to your posts. We have 2 chat threads. One's called Alive to Thrive FB support, meaning Facebook support, and the other one's Alive to Thrive FB links. And the difference between those 2 threads is the first thread, FB support, is for attagirls and attaboys, questions, tips. It's really like encouragement and tips and support, as the name implies. The second chat thread is for links only, no chatting. we every once in a while we have to remind people on the Alive to Thrive FB links thread, chat thread, only put your links and no talking. And then why do we do that? Because we want to make sure that it's time effective for people to go into that chat thread and click those links and comment and like each other's posts. And I just want to say something as a best practices here is that we want to support each other. Sometimes we're busy, and I'll notice people go in and out of the strategy, and that's okay. But what I would ask you do, that if you're going to participate in this strategy, which is so powerful and so life-changing, as you can tell from what's happening for Bridget and Mary, I would really ask you to still check in, like brushing your teeth each day. You still have to brush your teeth, right? Check in twice a day on your Facebook page, even if you don't always have time to do your own post, and go to that chat thread, Alive to Thrive links, and just quickly go through there. Take 5 minutes, click those links, comment and like. And we want to comment specifically on Power Posts that say, there'll be the post, and then it will say, pound Alive to Thrive now. So if you'll do that, you'll know that's a Power Post. If you have a few more minutes, like and comment on any other post that you're attracted to, like you normally would on social media. But if you don't have time, just go to the Power Post. So with that, make sure you're supporting everyone and not just expecting to get the support from the group and then not support others. Because sometimes I see some people just jump in, but they're it needs to be reciprocal is what I'm saying. So that's just a best practices. Be helpful, be a team player. Let's see. You do not want to mention Isagenix in your posts and or on your page or the profile page. There is a tips document being put together. Look forward to that in the future. Rather than share, let's see. Okay, so let's say you find a post from another team member, maybe someone not on your team, but you love the post. Instead of just sharing the post, which we tend to do on Facebook, um, if you want to drive traffic to that post, I would recommend that you upload or download, if you will, the picture in whatever they say onto your computer. Put it on your desktop or a file for that, and then post it as a fresh post from your Facebook page. Now, why would you want to do that? Casey she gives an example in the webinar in the training area where she had posted something and another Isagenix distributor shared her post. A person found the post on the other distributor's page, but because it was forwarded or shared from Casey's page, she went back to Casey and enrolled with Casey. So you really want to make sure that if you like something, then go ahead and put it on your computer and then post it as a brand new post to you. So those people come back to you. Just a quick slide here that shows you what our two threads look like. For the sake of time, I'm not going to go back to the browser to show this because, I know we're going to be looking at an hour and a half here. I'm going to try to shorten it up a little bit, but this is what our two threads look like. Alive to Thrive support. Again, we can chat on that thread. Here, it should be only links only. We do have some chatting going on, and that is a no-no. So again, links should be links only. Okay, so we're going to go to the next slide. And just a quick thing on staying out of Facebook jail. We'll get more into this in the next webinar. As you're growing your network on Facebook, I recommend only reaching out to 3 to 5 friend requests per day. Now, if you're going to have people friend you back, instead of you friending them, but you're having them friend you, you could potentially do 20 per day. It just depends on how much time you have and how aggressive you want to be and how fast you want to grow your network. But quality does trump quantity. So 3 to 5 friend requests if you're doing the friending, okay? And then what you want to do is wait 3 days, check and see if they friended you back. And if they haven't, withdraw your friend request so you don't get yourself into trouble. Casey did mention a couple times that she got put in Facebook jail, and Facebook jail just restricts what you can do on Facebook for a period of time, usually a week, 2 or 3. So you just don't want to go there to start with. Again, we'll talk more about that when we get into marketing next week. Okay, so events rock your business. Events, Facebook events, and I'm not talking about a physical event here right now. I'm talking about a virtual event on Facebook. Events really are powerful, guys, and they really create buzz. And when Mary mentioned she had all these people in her pipeline, part of that came from an event that we're going to talk about in just a moment here. I feel that when we create one event and have as many of our team members participate in that one event, the event becomes more effective for everybody. So we're going to invite you to join our event. It was originally started by Carrie Andres, but we are now having a number of us manage it, Bridget and Mary and myself, and it's called Healthy Solutions for Feeling Good Again. And we really want to encourage you to reach out to me, Carrie Andres, Mary Burrell, or Bridget McMillan. If you would like to join this event, reach out to us and we'll add you to the event. And I'm going to show you that page in just a moment here. I'm going to encourage you once you're invited to the event to then go to the event and invite 100 or more of your friends. But 100 is a good number to start with. And let Carrie or Mary or Bridget and myself know. And she will set it up. Carrie can go in and make sure you can actually follow up with the friends that respond to your event request or your event that you're sharing with your friends. And then check back every couple of days. And I'll show you this on the page so it makes more sense. Click on those attending and check those whom you invited, and we'll show you that in a second. I'm just going to say that once someone responds to your event, where you send out the event, and they respond to it, give them a couple days. Don't jump right on them. Mary recommended that to me. It's good to give people a little bit of space to check out the event. But something you could say is something like this. Hi, John. Thank you for responding to my event, Healthy Solutions for Feeling Good Again. What piqued your interest? That might be one way to approach it. And then once there's an openness to know more, ask them, say, hey, John, thanks for your interest. I'm working with my partner, Bridget, who has lots of experience with nutritional cleansing, had her own fabulous results, and I totally trust her. Would it be okay for me to add her to this thread? So this is assuming at this point that you're chatting back and forth through a private message. Now, just all I do in the second slide, just show another way to say it. Like instead of saying what piqued your interest, I'm saying, or what caught your attention. These are just ideas to get people to open up. And again, the same response. Once there's openness, John, thank you for your interest. I'm working with my partner, Bridget, and I don't need to read all that again. You get the whole flow of that. This is what the group actually looks like. This is the banner, Healthy Solutions to Feeling Good Again. Now, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to Chrome and actually get over to the Healthy Solutions. Bridget, I have to check. Can you see that page okay?
Yep.
Excellent. What's working? We love it. Okay, so what I want to show you here is that when you're added to this group, and Carrie knows that you're inviting 100 of your friends, you're going to be able to see these numbers show up, right? We've got 1.2, so basically 1,200 people invited to this event, 20 maybes and 64 that are going. If you want to check and see if any of your friends have responded, you can see who invited who, and you only respond to the ones that you invited. So I invited Linda Fells. As an example, I would follow up with her if she wasn't already a distributor, right? So that kind of thing. So you're just inviting your friends and you're responding. I invited Christina. So again, I would follow up with her. So that's how you check that. And same thing with the maybes. It's the same thing. You would just click on that, where it says maybe, and the names would pop up again. Okay, so for the sake of time, I'm going to go back to the PowerPoint. Well, let me just quickly show some of the posts. We are doing a posting strategy on this event. So Mondays are Motivational Mondays, Wellness Wednesdays, Gratitude Thursdays, and Friday is Fun Freedom Fridays. So I'm just going to, again, real quickly here, walking every day. Carrie's talking about that. Great stories. I mean, really, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Another great before and after picture. Bridget, you're brilliant this Wellness Wednesday on the lymphatic system. A lot of people don't understand the importance of the lymphatics and what they do in the body. This is, again, this educational piece, right? Keep it moving and moving. I love it. And let's see here, we've got stages of detoxification, more content. I love doing fun stuff, so I get to do the Fun Freedom Fridays. So I'm showing people doing fun things and I like the fact that Bridget and Carrie talked about how they get to spend more time with their grandbabies, which next time I do a post, I'll find either they can give me pictures of themselves with their grandbabies and we'll add that to the mix. I thought that was great. So you can just see how fun this is. There's always fresh new content happening. It keeps the event really vibrant. We do need to invite more people to this event. So we want to invite more of you to participate because it makes it really robust. So let me go back to the PowerPoint here. So just a second as I move around. Okay, here we go. So events rock. Again, I just think I did some screenshots here of some of those posts. Look what Mary posted. Yummy. Getting, healthy recipes. This is an event that Casey did that was more focused on the business opportunity. The best way to predict the future is to create it. So again, just another type of event. But I would recommend that in the beginning you join in with the event we already have, because you're going to get a lot more power out of it and a lot better results because of the power in numbers. Now, after you get people like Bridget and Mary who are signing people up left and right, you want to not only plug them into our Facebook groups, but you want as quickly as possible to get them to a physical Isagenix event. And we know events create massive duplication because they build loyalty, they expose people to our culture, it builds belief, and it's always a phenomenal networking experience. So you really want to be sure to utilize those live events in addition to working on Facebook. So let's talk about what we just covered. I know that was a lot of information, and we're at an hour and 12 minutes. A few of those minutes were used up at the beginning, but here's what we covered. We have a brilliant Facebook engagement strategy. I think you would all agree that we have a great strategy. We've upgraded our branding. We talked about the 360-degree view of what we're doing. We talked about Facebook groups and how they're being utilized. We talked about setting your Facebook page up for success for this particular strategy, which is public and allow everyone to follow you. And Mary and Bridget did a brilliant job of taking you through three-way messaging. And then we talked about, which you guys just totally rocked the house. And then driving traffic to your posts, best practices, obviously staying out of Facebook jail, of course, and the power of Facebook events. Getting your new peeps and members to an Isagenix event, we touched on that. The next webinar, I'll cover how to expand your network on Facebook. Mary actually did a really good job of really addressing that, but we'll get into more detail and give more examples next week. And obviously, we will talk about how to create Facebook lists, because as you start networking in groups and pages, you can actually add those people to specific lists that you create on Facebook that allow you that when you're doing your power posts, where you could actually target those lists of new people. So they're going to be able to see those posts because you already know, because you've been networking and connecting with them and then inviting them to become your friend. They more than likely have an interest in health and wellness, and they more than likely have an interest in either a better lifestyle, less stress, maybe entrepreneurship. So again, very, very powerful. And so I think we've covered all of that. So that is it. I want to just open. I haven't figured out how to open this up so that everyone's unmuted. So let me just unmute some people here so people can chat here for a second. So one moment as I unmute everyone individually, and I'll learn how to do the mass unmute, but I'm not seeing a button for that. So, hey, so Debbie Martin, you're still on. I see Debbie Graham, Gary Homburg. You guys, did you find this helpful?
Oh my gosh, Faith, this is Debbie Martin. I thought it was absolutely excellent. You did a fabulous job as always. Mary and Bridget have just got me really excited. I'm very excited what they are doing. I have one question though, if I may.
Yes.
I'm wondering why on the event page it said the event date was July 31st.
Carrie Andres, are you still on the line? Because you can explain your strategy on that. Carrie Andres, are you still with us? You look like you are, and I unmuted you. If not, I'll speak on your behalf, but definitely. The reason she did that, we wanted to extend the length of the event. We're using the event as a means to an end. Events sound like it's just an event sounds like a moment in time, doesn't it? But we're using events as an ongoing event. So that's why the date's set way out. And we might even push it out further. So the whole idea is to utilize this for several months and get a lot of mileage out of it. And by all of us joining in to one event, at least to start with, we're going to get a lot more power out of that. And that's why she extended that event to the end of July.
Okay, thank you.
You're so welcome. Who else? Gary Homburg, did you find this helpful?
I can't wait to get up tomorrow to review those links and to pay a little more attention.
Paying attention is always a good thing. Thank you, Gary.
I'm recording, you're recording, and I'm making notes of your recording.
Wow, that's impressive. Thank you. Thank you. How
I'll
about,
be listening to it
let's
at the
see,
gym tomorrow, too.
what was that, Gary?
I said I'll be listening to it at the gym tomorrow.
Oh, perfect.
Yep.
And you're really, Gary's got just great habits. He goes to the gym. How many times do you go to the gym each week?
I try to go every other day.
Wow, impressive, impressive. Great job. You're going to have to enter the ISA Body Challenge. There's $25,000 up for grabs.
Wow.
You might as well be the one that wins it.
We'll see. Thank you.
Hey, Kathy Tank, how are you doing?
Can you hear me?
I sure can.
I'll tell you what, this was fantastic. I can't wait to get invited to that event and invite everyone I know and everyone on my team. And yeah, I think I need help changing a few things on my personal page that I can't figure out how to do, but this was great. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so happy. And you know what? That's a cool thing about us all working together as a team. We can all help each other. And what one person doesn't know, someone else does. So thank you, Kathy. That's exciting. And anyone else that would like to speak? We got Penny on, Teresa White. Who else would like to share? Cheryl Timmons? Hey, Cheryl. Wait a minute. Her mic's not on, so she maybe was on or... Okay. Anyone else that's on that would like to give any input?
Can you hear me?
Is that Brenda?
This is Debbie Graham.
Debbie Graham, welcome.
I just loved it, and I really need to study it. I was a little confused by the events, but I just need to look it over. I thought it was great. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, you're welcome. Repetition's the mother of invention. You can watch the recording.
Exactly.
I love it. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead. It's at 8:19. Before we end tonight's Facebook engagement strategy, I like to call it the fabulous Facebook engagement strategy. Mary, Bridget, any final words from you guys?
Well, this
Just
is Bridget.
do it.
Yeah, this is
Your
that
business
is
will
it,
thank you
right.
for it.
And go to your strengths too. This is Bridget, and Mary and I were working so well because Mary has taken it upon herself to really learn how to do the networking on social media. And my gift has always been kind of the soothing people into making a decision. And this just makes it be a beautiful way to find what works best for you and to team up and do it together.
Yeah.
The three-way, we've always known that the three-way call was the strategy that was most effective for moving people forward, but the three-way messaging trumps it somehow magically because people are used to chatting now on their computers and phones. And the texting is a non-threatening, beautiful way to lead them into information. And I also want to say the reworked team website is a beautiful place that I'm proud to send people to. And thank you, Faith and Larry, and of course Bonnie and everybody else who created that for us.
You are so
God
welcome.
bless you.
God bless you. Sneeze at the truth. Sneeze at the truth. Well, for the sake of time, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording, but we'll still be on for a moment. So go ahead and